management research.
Hello and welcome to the Management Research Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Eugene. Hello and welcome to the next series in my podcast dedicated to strategic management. And in our today's episode, we are going to talk about the examples of strategic moves at an individual level. In my previous episode, we talked about strategic moves in the Ukraine war, where Russia invaded Ukraine and how both parties undertook strategic moves that helped them to succeed over the next weeks, months, or even years. And today I would like to share with you some thoughts about what are the strategic moves in your career, what are the strategic moves for your firm, and so on. The main idea of a strategic move is that it creates the conditions under which you will be more flexible and maybe more successful over a long period of time, let's say over the weeks, months, or even years. Here, it doesn't mean that if you make the strategic move, then you will win. But it means that if you make a good strategic move, you will have more flexibility and you will be able to make better decisions over a long period of time. At the individual level, for example, this could be a selection of an education. If you decide to study, if you decide to make a bachelor or even make a master, it doesn't mean you will be successful in your life, but it means that many doors will be open to you. If you don't have a bachelor degree, whatever direction you would prefer, you will have fewer opportunities when you decide what kind of job you would like to go for. If you have a bachelor degree, it will allow you to have more opportunities and apply your knowledge in a different field within your firm, or even if you decide to make your own enterprise. When selecting what to study, it is the same strategic decision that you can make. For instance, some of the studies, they allow you to be more successful if you go, for example, for the IT studies. And if you learn how to program, or if you learn how to work with management information systems, then it will create a great opportunity for you, whether you decide to go for this opportunity or not. If you want to have more flexibility, then, for example, the business administration study is a good idea, because it's a very big and flexible field, and within this field there are many opportunities that you can pursue. For instance, you can decide to focus on controlling, you can decide to focus on bookkeeping, you can decide to focus on strategic management or on process management. All these fields of study will be within your bachelor administration studies that you can pursue at any university all over the world. If you think about your private life, then, for example, a good opportunity would be a selection of the place where you want to live. If you think about where to rent a flat, whether you want to stay in a city center or whether you would like to be downtown, it is also a decision that will have huge impact on your decisions in the future. For instance, if you are in the city center, it is much easier searching for different jobs. It is much easier to get to your university if you study, and also to get to a job if you, for example, are done with your studies and you would like to work in parallel to your studies. The same applies to a firm. If you as a firm decide where to go to, you might think about some strategic moves that will make your life easier. For instance, we know the trends, what is happening now, and you know that the best or the most prominent trend now in business is the artificial intelligence. I have many friends of mine who just ignore this trend, but some of them have recognized this trend and they try to implement it in their life, in their firms, in order to make their life within the firm easier. For instance, a friend of mine, he's an electrician, and most of the work, the most interesting part of his work is actually working with the clients and establishing electricity systems. But there is something he doesn't like. This is, for example, all the documentation, and each time you make invoices and make other stuff, they take a lot of time, and at the end it is not his competence and it is not so much fun. He learned how to apply ChatGPT to generate invoices, how to apply ChatGPT to generate propositions for the clients, which is very easy. He just needs to input the number of sockets or the type of sockets the clients want to have and their prices. And AI will automatically generate these offers, these propositions, or at the end the invoice. And this already made his life a lot easier, and as you see, artificial intelligence can be applied in different firms even if you work with electricians and not with IT. Another friend of mine, he didn't discover it yet, but he's working in facility management field, and if you think about facility management, there are many things where you can apply artificial intelligence. So first, of course, as the previous friend of mine did, you can generate invoices, you can generate a lot of official formal emails that have to be done, and AI can do it better and will save a lot of time. You can also use artificial intelligence to discover issues. You can use artificial intelligence to see how the things within the firms for whom you perform facility management work, and if there are some issues, artificial intelligence may help you indicate the issues so early that you wouldn't get into the trouble, that you wouldn't get to some problems. And people need more time. Plus, people have cognitive blindness that the artificial intelligence doesn't have. So again, this could be a good trend and good idea for you how to apply the tools that have already been developed in order to make your life easier and in order to create more flexibility for your firm, whatever other decisions you want to pursue. Finally, if you look, for example, at the city level, or if you look at the federal state level, you see that there are some things that are interesting from the strategic point of view. So think of, for example, Tyrol and Innsbruck, and you see that the federal state is focusing on tourism, which is, as to me, a big problem. There are several reasons why I think so, and apart from sustainability issues, we also have the issue of disproportionate wealth accumulation. Those who have access to land, those who have access to forest, and those who have access to skiing facilities, they have better income and the others have a lower income. So supporting or investing strategically in skiing infrastructure or into tourism infrastructure actually makes the situation in Innsbruck and Tyrol worse. But if I were city mayor, or if I were the head of the federal state, I would invest into technology and I would try to make Innsbruck and the federal state known for the data analytics capability or known for the IT capability. We know that some countries did it, and at the end, let's say after 5 or 10 years, these countries, these federal states or cities develop a huge competence that makes the wealth distribution fairer, and that is also more sustainable regarding the nature. So with this in mind, I hope you have now an understanding about what a strategic move is. It is not a strategy, it's just a one move that will allow you to pursue whatever strategy you want in a long-term perspective and become successful. I hope it was interesting, wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.